Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are setting up my reading journal for the month of January. I'm going to be using some Color Theory inks today in the colorways Inky Black, Glass Slipper, and I will add Mojito a little bit later on. My favorite N95 marker and 03 micron pen. This stamp set from Studio Calico, and then another stamp set from Ali Edwards. I don't remember the exact names, but if they are still available, I will have them linked below. So since I did end up setting up January in the middle of the month, I'm going to make this setup extremely simple. I'm going to have a cover page. I have decided that this year, for the year of 2023, I'm going to do a double cover page for each month, and then I'm only going to have the next 2 pages that I'm going to be using for my spreads this month. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and stamp out January. Then I'm going to use all of the snowflakes available in that wintry stamp set that I showed from Studio Calico. I'm going to pull out all the snowflakes from that stamp set, and I'm just going to stamp them diagonally across the page and add a border to this spread. I'm not sure how noticeable it is in the voiceover, but I am sick right now, so I probably won't ramble as much as I usually do because I have quite a sore throat, and at points my voice is kind of giving out. So I'm going to kind of just do a little talk through of what my plan is for the spread once we get to the next page, I guess. And then in the meantime, I'll just kind of have some music playing. One thing I do want to mention is after I get all of my snowflakes stamped out, I will pull out that blue glass slipper color, and I'm actually going to flip over some of the snowflakes to like the solid side that usually you would adhere to your stamping block, and stamp over some of those snowflakes so it kind of gives it like a splotch of color behind it that's in the same shape of the snowflake. And you can see that's exactly what I'm doing right now. But like I said, once I get all of my snowflakes stamped out, I'm going to go ahead and add a border, and then I will jump onto the next spread. So I will hop back on when I get to that next spread. All right, and moving on. So for January this month, I'm only going to do a stats section, a totals section, and a favorite section. These 3 sections are primarily going to be what I use when I'm doing like all of my calculations and stuff at the end of the month or the end of the year. So I wanted to make sure I at least did these ones before, the end of the month. That way I could keep track of everything. So my plan for this spread, since I'm using a B5 journal, I can fit a lot more into one page than I could previously in my A5. So it's only going to take up these two sections right here. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp out my titles. On the right hand page, I'm actually going to be stamping them vertically. So the bottom box is going to say fave. The box above that, I will stamp out totals. And then on the left hand page, I'm going to stamp out stats. Beneath my titles on the right hand page, I'm just going to add a very ununiform dotted line just to kind of separate the title from the rest of those sections. And then I'm going to move on to outlining my boxes for my stats sections. A few months ago, I decided to kind of put my books and stats into their own each little box, and I have loved it. So if you'll notice, I did not add a line all the way to the left-hand side. I'm actually going to pull back over my snowflake stamps, and I'm going to use those as like the left-hand border. I'm going to use two different size stamps, and then I'm going to go in and apply some color with like the back, like I did on the other, my cover page. So you'll see that I'm doing that again here. And then I'm going to pull out some of my washi tape to apply to my totals and fave page, just as a little bit of a embellishment. And then I think that's all I will end up doing on camera. Off camera, I do come back and highlight every other box on my stats page and every other row on my totals and fave boxes. But I don't think that I included that in the actual video. All right, and this is going to be all I have for the month of January in my reading journal. I will adjust one of my washi tapes a little bit, and then I will start flipping through these two pages. I do end up also off camera adding a little calendar, month calendar stamp to my cover page, just so that I can highlight a dot on each day that I did read that month. But that's going to be about it. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you made it to the end of this video, leave me a snowflake emoji in the comments below. Bye.